This
that a
conference will
particular
now be
SAP
recorded.
project will be going through. Okay, so normally this is also one of the interview question. If you go for any one of the interview, so there is a chances of asking for the what exactly the project plan and what and all the various steps that are involved in a SAP implementation project can be asked by the interviewer. So any project can have 5 phases included in it. Phase 1 is the, so that particular project plan can be called as a SAP ascendant methodology. Okay, so this is one of the old methodology in SAP implementation projects, but nowadays there are other methodologies also going on. Agile methodology, waterfall and agile methodology, waterfall, right? And sprint is one of the latest methodology which is going on. Okay, so there is no much difference, but the way of working in the project or the phases are different. Okay, so agile methodology is nothing but the entire project will be divided into some small pieces. Okay, and they will try to develop the solution one by one like that. Simply they will divide the project into some small sections, and one section they are going to implement or develop accordingly one by one. Nothing but a agile methodology. Like that also waterfall and sprint also same way. Only the way of working in the project will be differing. Okay, so what is SAP ascendant methodology? What and all the steps it will be included in it? It will have 5 phases included in it. Phase 1 is the project preparation phase. Okay, so what activities that I am going to do as a project preparation phase? What are the activities that are there in the project preparation phase? In the project preparation phase, I will be developing the infrastructure for the project. What infrastructure I need to develop? If you want to implement SAP in your company, it will not be happen within 1 or 2 days, right? It will take minimum 6 months. Project will be there in case of SAP. At least minimum 6 months it will take. So as a part of project preparation, I need to arrange the infrastructure for the project. So infrastructure means when I say licenses that I need to procure from the licenses arrangement from the SAP company. So at బయటికి వెళ్తుంది అటు. Okay, again it is going on. So license procurement for the SAP. So this is one of the first and foremost activity which we need to perform. Okay, then the second one is the server arrangement. Also the computer peripherals like laptops, desktops, all those things are required to be arranged before you are going kickstart the project. So like computer peripheral arrangement, like laptop and any internet connectivity, anything that is required for a project needs to be arranged as a part of project preparation. Also, I need to identify the people who are working from the project. Let us say what and all the persons involved in this particular project from the client side. When I say, we discussed already who is client. Client is nothing but the company trying to implement the SAP. Okay, then implementation partner is nothing but IT company. So there are two partners involved, right, in any SAP implementation project. One is client. మీరు ఫస్ట్ టైం వస్తున్నారా? ఆన్లైన్ జాయిన్ అయ్యారా? ఆన్లైనా? ఏం పేరు మీ పేరు? ఓకే, Okay, so client is nothing but a organization who will be trying to implement the SAP. Let us say in our case, it is a, you can take Reddy Labs as one of the organization trying to implement the SAP, and IT company is nothing but the implementation partner. IT company is implementation partner. Okay, so implementation company, any IT company like TCS or anybody with whom the Reddy Labs company is in a contract for the implementation. So as a part of project preparation, I will be identifying the resources that are being working from the client side. Like those people will be called as a BPO, nothing but a business process owner. Means I am the SAP materials management consultant. I don't know the business, how Reddy Labs is working, right? So if I wanted to know the business, I need to conduct the workshops, and within the workshops, I need to invite the business process owner. Business process owner is nothing but the person in the Reddy Labs Private Limited who is having the very good knowledge about the processes, like a purchasing manager or stores manager, I will call them, and I will discuss them what and all the exact business processes they are into. So they will be able to help me out in the understanding the business processes. Also, core team member identification. Core team member, when I say core team member, these are the people within the client side who will be involved in the project. So they will be providing the whatever may be the data that I need to require for the implementation, they will be providing. Like material masters, what and all the materials that are being used in the Reddy Labs Private Limited company. If required, I will ask them, they will give it to me. Also, I will train them. I am not going to stay in the project for a long time, right? I will stay maximum 6 months, 1 year, or 12 months. Later onwards, they need to run the business on their own. Reddy Labs Private Limited company people. So I need to train them. Whom I am going to train them? I am going to train them the persons known as core team members. I will identify some people from the procurement department, some people from the inventory management department. They will be completely involved in the project. Okay. So these are the activities I am going to do as a part of project preparation. Then we have the business blueprinting. Blueprinting phase. This is the phase number 2. Nothing but a business blueprinting. So what I am going to do as a consultant in the business blueprinting, in the business blueprinting, I will try to understand the existing business processes of the Reddy Labs Private Limited company. So that is nothing but a as is business process study. So I will be identifying the business processes, and I will try to understand the existing business processes of the Reddy Labs Private Limited company. And this particular step will be called as is business process study. Then once the as is business process is study, let us say I came to know that Reddy Labs Private Limited company, they are executing some processes. Normally, if you go to the any one of the procurement department, you will have one of the process domestic procurement, right? Domestic procurement process you will be having. Also, you will have one of the business processes import procurement. You know what is import and what is the domestic, right? So we will be discussing these things in detail when coming into the next sessions. And you will have one of the other processes, subcon process, and intra-company and inter-company business scenarios. Intra-company and inter-company business processes. So if you have any doubts in between, if you are not able to follow, then you can ask me at any moment of time. No issues in that. Okay, so any doubts if you have, you can discuss with me. You can stop so that I will be able to clarify your doubts. No problem in that. Okay, so we will see what is domestic, what is import procurement in our coming sessions. Then as a part of as is business process study, I will be identifying or understanding all these business processes. There are some 16 to 18 different business processes in a procurement department. All the things I will be trying to identify how they are doing nowadays in their any system. Maybe they may be using Oracle, Tally, or they are not at all using any system. They are doing the work simply in Excel sheets. Okay, so that processes I will try to understand. Once I understand these business processes, what I will do as a SAP consultant, I will try to foresee how I will be able to map these business processes into SAP system. So that particular mapping of the processes into the SAP system will be known as a 2B business process mapping. 2B business process mapping. As a part of 2B business process mapping, I will see whether any standard solution is already available in the SAP system. If the solution is available in the SAP system as a standard, means solution is already available in SAP for the business process which I have identified over here. Then my work is quite simple. I will use the existing standard solution. What and all the configurations are the pre-information do I need to maintain for that particular activity? I can do that, then my work is done. I will be able to simply develop the solution. But let us say there is no solution existed for one of the business process. Let us say the subcontracting procurement process. For this process, if there is no existing solution in SAP, then what I have to do? I need to develop the solution from the scratch. So to develop that particular solution, what I have to do? I need to identify the gaps first. Okay, I need to identify the gap. Gap is nothing but what is there in SAP today and what is not there for a particular solution. I will identify those things. Once I identify the gaps, as a functional consultant, I need to write the some of the documents known as a functional specification documents, known as FS, functional specification document. Functional consultant role is very critical in the project, SAP implementation projects. Okay, so like technical people, security or basis consultants, they are not at the client facing role. They will sit in one of the office, they will work in IT company. But you as a functional consultant, you will be always in client facing role. So you need to discuss with the client whatever and all the issues they are facing, everything will be. So your job is quite tough compared to them. Why? Because you are directly in front of the client. So whatever maybe the issues they are facing, they will be coming back to you only. They don't discuss with the technical people and basis people, right? So your role is very critical. So because that is the reason only the functional consultant is having high demand in the SAP implementation projects. Okay, so I will be preparing the functional specification documents. Then these documents I will be walking through the technical people. I need to develop the solution, right? So then who will develop the solution? Technical people. They will write some coding. Technical people will be developing the coding. Once the coding and everything is developed, then what I have to do? I need to perform various types of testings as a part of phase number 3. What is phase number 3? Phase number 3 is the realization phase. realization phase. Okay, so in the business blueprinting again, whatever may be the scenarios or the business processes that I have gone through, I will be documenting these scenarios as a one of the deliverable known as a business blueprinting. So I will be documenting what and all the business processes I understood. I will be documenting as a one of the document known as a business blueprinting document or key decision document. So I will write everything in a proper manner, and I will again conduct the meetings with the client, and I will try to explain these and all the business processes which I am able to understand as a part of your business. So then they will review and everything will be happening. Huh? Word format only. Word format, but it will have some specific sections. So all those things you need to prepare according to the client requirements. Huh? It is SOP only. Okay, then realization phase. So I have identified the gaps, and my technical team developed the coding for that particular gap in the business blueprinting phase. Then I need to do various types of testings. Whatever may be the solution I developed, that solution is as per the client requirement or not. So how you will do whether the solution which you have developed is working as per the client requirement or not? You need to do various types of testings as a phase number 3. So what and all the testings we are going to perform as a phase number 3? Okay. So as a phase number 3, we are going to do the various types of testing. So the first number testing is the unit testing. And you will be doing the integration testing. One, and integration testing 2. And there will be one more thing known as a UAT. UAT is nothing but the user acceptance testing. User acceptance testing. Then you have the regression testing. And there are so many other testings as well, like LES1 and LES2. LES1 and LES2 is nothing but the live environment support testing. Live environment support testing. So these are the some of the testings which you are going to perform as a part of realization phase. Why you are doing the testing here? What is the reason? Why I am doing the testing for the solutions which we have developed?
Is the application working fine? If to check the application working.
I developed, is it sufficing the requirement? So I need to do testings, various testings I need to do. I need to record the results, and those results are as per the client requirement or not. Client is asking one thing, I developed one thing, then it is a waste of time, right? So I need to ensure that whatever may be the solutions I have developed, I should be able to properly test. Not only me, the client also is going to test. So he will be also be testing, and we both will come to know that everything is working as per their requirement after all these testings are completed. If something is not working, again we are going to change the coding or the development. Again we are trying to fix the issues as per the client requirements. So this is the phase where it is a critical phase here. This is one of the critical phase where you need to perform the various types of testings and ensure your solution is working as per the client requirement. No, you only. Developers simply will do the coding. They also will do some sort of testing. Later it will come to you. You need to do various testings, and business also will be doing the testing. So it depends what type of testing. That is the reason here you have these many types of testings. So this unit testing will be done by ABAPers or the technical people. Then integration will be done by you, functional consultant, and integration also will be done by you, but user acceptance testing will be done by the business or user, and regression testing will be done by functional, and live environment support will be done by the functional. See, most of the places only functional consultant is involved in doing the activities. Okay, so then what is the phase number 4? Phase number 4 is the final preparation. Final preparation phase. So this is also one of the interview question. What are all the stages that are there in your project? So they will ask you. So you just need to explain in such a manner. Like it will have 5 phases, and what are the each and every activity that is being done in each phase. We need to elaborate properly. Okay, final preparation phase. In the final preparation phase, I am going to do the various types of activities. Like my all testings are fine. Okay, client is also very much happy with your test solution what you have developed. Then you need to live with your system, right? Means you need to start using your system. Whatever may be the solution you developed, you should be able to start using that on your day-to-day real-time transactions. So you need to make your system ready for the use, right? Ready for use. So if you want your SAP system to be ready for use, before using, let us say I thought I will be going live with the SAP system as on, let us say 1st of May 2022. So before May, let us say as on 20th of April 2022, I should be ready with the system. Then only I will be able to use it on from 1st of May onwards, right? I need to make the system ready, available, software with all the data. I need to provide the training to the users. I need to do the various types of testings prior to this date, right? So as on 20/04/2022, 30/04/2022, I will be doing various types of activities to make the system readily available as on 1st of May. Nothing but a final preparation activities. So these activities I will be doing in the one of the environment known as a production environment. I will be doing these testings in the, if you go to the real-time projects, what will happen in the real-time projects? You will have various types of boxes. Let us say in our training we are using only one box, right? One box means this is the only one server I am using. See, this is the server I am using for the training purpose, right? But if you go to the real-time projects, what will happen? In the real-time projects like this, there are 6 to 7 different boxes are there. This is one of the testing client. But if you go to the real-time projects like this, there will be 7 servers, 6 to 7 servers will be there. Okay, so the one of the final server where I am doing the real-time transactions. I will not do any dummy data creation. Here I am creating whatever the data I wanted to have. But in the real-time system, where you are going to do the real-time transactions only, not dummy transactions or any testing transactions. So that particular real-time system will be called as a production environment. You know, right? In Oracle also, no, you don't know. Huh? Okay, in your company, you are working in the Oracle, right? you are working as the end user in Oracle, right?
We are using Oracle software to create the ERP POs.
Okay, but that is okay, but that particular software which you are using in your day-to-day transactions, it is a live system, live, and it will be called as a production environment. Means whatever may be the transactions I am doing in the production environment or the live environment, it is a real-time data, not some dummy data. So like this in SAP also there will be one production environment. That particular production environment I need to make it readily available as on 0105, so that I will be able to start doing the real-time transactions. So to make production environment readily available on 0105, I need to do so many final preparation activities starting from 2004 to 3004. So what are those final preparation activities? So we need to create various types of SAP materials management master data. Okay, so we have various types of master data like material master data. Okay, so like this there are so many activities I need to perform. If I say now, so it will be a confusion only, but I will try to write it down some of the master data over here. That is vendor master data and service master data. Also what not, like your open purchase orders, etc. Open purchase order and open purchase requisitions. Like that there are so many things which I will be creating as a final preparation phase. Okay, so some of the activities which we are going to do it in the final preparation phase is these activities. Okay, but these things I will be doing in the live environment. Okay, but here the testings I will be performing in not in a live environment, but those are some of the testing environment. Like you have various types of testing environments known as the development client, development environment or development client, and you are going to do the integration testings in the acceptance client or acceptance box. Yeah, in front of the client, he will also will be involved. Okay, so you need to involve him from the beginning. Otherwise, if you start involving him in the beginning, in the middle, again he will come up with thousands of queries. Then it will be difficult for you to explain each and everything. They will ask so many questions daily, so it will be very difficult for you to rectify or to suggest the solutions for him. Okay, then we are going to do the various types of integration testing and integration testing too in the acceptance client. Okay, then we are going to do the user acceptance in the quality client. Then regression testing you are going to do it in the pre-production environment. And the LES also I will be doing in the pre-production environment, but in the production environment or the live environment, this is also will be called as a production environment. So here I will be doing the final preparation activities. Okay, so in the if you go to the real-time projects like this, there will be so many servers available to do the testings and to do the production or the live environment scenarios execution. Okay, so but here we are using only one server. This is the testing server. It is not the live environment system. Okay, so I will be making the system ready for the to live on 0105. So to make the system ready for the live on 0105, I need to do various types of activities as a final preparation phase. Then what is the phase number 5? Phase number 5 is the uh, it is a go live and slash support and enhancement phase. Okay, so I made the system readily available by doing all these activities till 30th of 04/2022. Then from 1st onwards, I will be going live with the SAP system and start doing the real-time transactions in SAP. That is nothing but a go live phase. Then what is support and enhancement? I started doing the activities in SAP system. So later onwards, I identified there are some of the solutions which I have developed require some enhancements. So in such cases, I will also do the enhancement to the solutions which I am doing as on today. Let us say there is one functionality. You started working upon in the live environment for almost some 2 to 3 months. You will come to some observations, right? It is not working like this. It should be working like this. So those type of analysis you will be doing. When you are really working upon that particular solution, you will come to know what is the problem. Then how to rectify that particular problem to the existing solution. So you will be rectifying by making changes to that particular process. So that change to the existing solution is nothing but a enhancement. That is nothing but enhancement. So you are going to do the enhancement as well after 01/05/2022 onwards. Also, you are going to support to the client as a functional consultant. How you will support? You will support in terms of suggesting various types of solutions. Let us say you are the user. You started using SAP system. So you are doing so many mistakes, right? Normally, if you go to the any of SAP project, users will do thousands of mistakes. If you repeatedly telling them again and again, they will do the mistakes. At the end of the day, they will come to you. I am doing like this, it is not working. How to do these things? If you tell also, again they will do mistakes. Thousands of mistakes they will do. All those mistakes, as a consultant, you need to suggest them and rectify them, so that at the end of the 1 year or 1.5 year, they will be trained in that particular activity. So that particular activity is nothing but a support and enhancement phase. So these are the 5 phases which a SAP project will be included in it. So any doubts on this? So it is also one of the interview question. If you go for interviews, they will ask what are all the phases that SAP project is having included in it. So any doubts on this project? Any doubts on the project stages of a particular SAP system? Any doubts from the line? Okay, so if there is no doubts, we can continue for the next
Sir, in phase
session.
3, no. Sir, in realization phase,
Minimum 6 months. Each phase, normally complete project nowadays, the project SAP projects are going on a very fast phase. Like it will take, if it is S4 HANA implementation, it will take at least 9 months. Also, it depending upon the size of the organization. If your organization is very small, then you can do it 5 months. If it is very big, then it will go for years together. Like Unilever, all those companies, right? So those are around the world, their presence is there. So the projects will go 10 years, 12 years, like that. Phase by phase, it will go. Okay, so any other questions?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, in realization phase, various testing we perform. Uh, how means how we do write the bugs or anything found. So how will we write these bugs and send to uh, developer? Means if any problem found,
Okay,
then
there are so many testing tools, right? Not only
okay.
SAP, there are so many testing tools, right? If you wanted to do testing, there are so many testing tools available in the market, right? You have the HPQC and HPALM. Okay, then you have Val Genesis, Val Genesis and Zira, right? Zira and Solution Manager. So these are the some of the testing tools normally supporting the testing activity of a realization phase. Okay, so
Uh,
hmm, a service
okay.
manager and service now, I think. Okay, so service now, right? So these and all the
Okay.
testing tools which will be used as a tool for doing the testing activities. Whatever may be the testing you are doing, these testings you are going to record over here. Okay, so
Okay.
it will help you in doing the testing. You can do the manual testing. Sometimes you can automate the testings as well. Automation means it will automatically run the testing on its own. You need to input some of the parameters. Based upon those parameters, the testing will be automatically executed by the cycle. Okay, also there is something known, I think nowadays they are doing the testing known as bot something is there, right? bot Bot, it will also do one of the automatic tool to do the testing. Okay, so then any other doubts?
Shall we cover this testing, sir? Means testing is this example for future perspective in session of 2 months and whatever.
I didn't get you. What is your question?
Actually, we will cover this testing in our session.
No. Testing is
Okay.
altogether a separate course, right? We mostly
Okay.
concentrate upon SAP materials management. SAP materials management itself will take a lot of time. Okay, so if you
Okay.
include testing, it will not happen. We will miss our SAP related activities.
Okay. Actually,
Okay.
I am asking this question due to the functional consultant is involved in this testing. That is why I am asking, sir. So we are
Yeah, functional
involved in that.
consultant is
Yes.
involved in testing, but our main aim is to learn SAP right? Not to do the
Yes.
testing. Okay, if you learn
Okay.
SAP you will come to know how to do the testing also later onwards.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so then any other doubts? Okay, so if there is no another doubt, then we are going to do the one of, so I can divide SAP materials management consultant activities in 4 types. As a consultant, I am going to do following activities. Activity number one is I will be performing various types of configurations as a part of SAP materials management implementation. Okay, so what is the configurations I am going to do? I am going to do one of the configuration known as the organizational structure. What is organizational structure? We will see. The first and foremost configuration I am going to perform as a part of SAP implementation project is I need to define the organizational structure specific to the client. Then I will be performing so many other configurations as well, like release process, etc. So we will see there are thousands of configurations. We will see when we are proceeding for the next sessions as a part of our training. So this is one of these are the some of the examples of the organizational structure and the release process for the configuration. Then what is the activity number 2? Once I created the organizational structure and the relevant configuration, I need to create material management master data based upon the organizational structure configuration which I have done. So what are the master data? We have material master, then vendor master or supplier master. Vendor or supplier is nothing but the company who is supplying the materials to me. Then service master, then you have info records, then you have the condition records, then you have the quota arrangement, then source list. So these and all the some of the SAP materials management master data. Okay, so in the interviews people will ask what and all the SAP materials management master data available. Then you need to say these and all the 7 master data that are available as a part of SAP materials management. Then what is the activity number 4 I am going to perform as a SAP consultant? Activity number 4 is activity number 3 is the based upon the organizational structure and the master data I have created, I need to create the transactional data. There are so many transactional data is available. One of the simple example is create purchase requisition. What is purchase requisition? Anyone has idea? Purchase requisition, purchase order. Huh? Yes. Purchase requisition or purchase order.
Requirement raised by end user.
Yeah. So like this, I will be creating so many transactional data as a part of SAP. Every module will do their own transactional data. As a part of SAP I am going to create my own transactional data. Okay, then what are the activity number 4 I am going to perform? Based upon the organizational elements and the master data and using the transactional data, I will be generating various types of reports, right? So there are so many reports. One of the simple report is the open purchase requisitions report and inventory valuation report. Inventory valuation report is nothing but in my company how many materials I have, what are the stock levels, what is the total value of the stock, is it 8 crores or 10 crores or 1000 crores. So that is nothing but the inventory valuation report. So like that there are so many reports that are available. I will be generating these reports based upon the transactional data, org structure and the release and the master data I have created. Okay, so then what is organizational structure? The first and foremost activity after the business blueprinting is done, I need to define the organizational elements for a particular company. So that once the definition of the organizational elements is completed, I will be mapping these organizational elements into a SAP system. Okay, so I need to define the organizational structure first. So I am going to define the organizational structure. Okay, so org structure. So org structure is nothing but it is the defining the individual organizational elements. As the consultant, organizational structure is nothing but the hierarchy. Means within your company, what is the first level of hierarchy, what is the second level of hierarchy, and what are the below level of hierarchies. Like it is like your family tree, right? In the family there will be our grandfather and grandmother will be there, below that our father, mother, then we will be coming, and below that our children will be coming. So in the same way, if you take any one of the organization, first you need to define the organizational structure based upon the physical structure of a company, right? So I will take any one of the company for our better understanding purpose. In SAP, the first and foremost level of organizational element that will be following is finance related organizational elements. Means first I will be defining the finance related organizational elements, then controlling module related organizational elements, then SAP MM related organizational elements, then warehouse management, then sales and distribution. So as a SAP materials management consultant, I need to thoroughly understand SAP MM related organizational elements. Okay, but just for our understanding purpose, I will try to show it to you how the organizational structure mapped into the SAP system, and from where it will start and where it is going to end. So the first and foremost organizational elements in the hierarchy is finance related organizational elements. Normally, these organizational elements will be suggested and defined by the finance consultant in the real-time projects, not by MM consultant, but just for our understanding purpose, we are going to discuss these things as well. If we don't discuss these things, you will have some clarifications when you are executing the transactions. So that is the reason it is better to discuss the finance related organizational elements as well as a part of our training. So what is the first and foremost finance related organizational element in SAP? That is client. Client is the first and foremost organizational element. After client, there will be I will take one of the company for our understanding purpose. I will take Tata Group, right? So after client, there will be a group company known as Tata Group. So in SAP terminology, I will be defining the group company as one of the organizational element known as a company. I can say it as a company. In SAP terminology, it is a company or group company. Then, so in the hierarchy, the first level of hierarchy in the FI organizational elements is the client. Below client, there is a company. So below client, there is a company. So I can define like this. Then after client, there will be a company, nothing but a group company, Tata Group. Within Tata Group, there will be again various lines of business. What are those lines of business? If you see Tata Group, you have line one business is they are into Tata Motors, right? Tata Motors Private Limited. It is when it comes to the SAP, I can call this as a company code 1. Company code 1. Then again Tata Group can have company code 2, right? Again it can have company code 3. So what is the company code number 2? Company code number 2 is the Tata Steel. So Tata into various types of business, right? You know they are into thousands of business. So if I am trying to implement the SAP system for the Tata Group, I need to first understand what and all the lines of business they are doing. Then I need to define each and every line of business as a organizational structure. This is, let us say, Tata Power. Okay, so these company codes will be coming under below the company in the hierarchy. Any doubts over here? So this company will be falling under, company is falling under the, company code is falling under the hierarchy company. Okay, this is very very important. Before you start developing the project, the first and foremost thing you need to do it is the hierarchy definition and the organizational elements. This will be done by the finance consultant in the real-time projects. These are the finance related organizational elements. So then I need to define the coding as well. Company, Tata Group, how I am going to identify in SAP system. Like it is your bank account, right? If you go to the bank and if you say myself, Mr. So and so, I came to the withdrawal of the bank, then what they will say? We don't want your name, we want your bank account number. In the same way in SAP also, for the Tata Group, I will be giving one unique identification number. That particular unique identification number only I will be using while executing the transactions. I will not use Tata Group. I will use the relevant coding which I have given to the Tata Group. So company is a 4-character alphanumeric coding. I can give any, let us say I can give TA10. So TA10 is the code which I am using to identify the Tata Group. Also for the Tata Motors, let us say I will identify TM10. Tata Steel, TS10. It is a 4-character alphanumeric coding. This one is the TP10. So like this, I need to define the coding for each and every organizational element. Then what are the next organizational elements that are falling in the hierarchy within the finance module? We will see. Okay, so I will write it them in the separate place. So I will go to the SPRO transaction code. I will go to the SAP reference implementation guide. So we will discuss these things when we are configuring the organizational elements in SAP. So first I am trying to define the organizational element, then I need to configure in SAP system. Before that I will see what and all the organizational elements that are available in the finance. So we have the company, then we have the company code already defined, then we have the credit control area. Okay, so these things are just for your understanding purpose. These are finance org elements. If you want to have the, if you want to understand, you can understand, otherwise you just keep aside. But you need to concentrate mostly on the MM organizational elements. But cost center is a different, credit control area is different. So I will be defining the credit control area, which is nothing but finance org element. So I will put CC10 as a coding for the credit control area. It is a 4-character alphanumeric coding. Then we have business area. So I will define the business area as a BU10. Then we have the functional area. I can put as a FU10, right? You can define your coding 001 or like that, but I am trying to define FU10 over here. Then consolidation business area. What is consolidation business area? What is business area? These things are not required for the MM consultant in detailed level of discussion. Okay, so this will be required for the finance consultant, right? But just for your understanding purpose, I am trying to explain it to you. So consolidation business area is the CB10. Then you have the functional management area. So we are going to define it as a FM10. Then you have the segment and the profit center. If you want to define the segment, you can define the segment. And profit center, you can define the profit center over here. Segment is a 4-character alphanumeric coding. I can give 1000 as one of the segment. Profit center I can define as a, it is also a 4-character alphanumeric coding, 1000, 2000, 2001 or 2003. Profit center is nothing but the every department in an organization. I will be defining it as a profit center in SAP. Why I am defining? Let us say production department I am defining as a profit center, and in HRD department I am defining as a profit center. Then procurement department I am defining as a profit center. Why I am defining these things? Because I want to see what is the investment I did it in this particular department and what is the profit I got it. So I wanted to do the profit and loss calculations within the company against each and every department. So in such cases I need to define every department as a one of the profit center. Okay, so like this I need to define the coding, and this will be done by the finance consultant in the real-time projects, not you. So this will be done by FI consultant. Okay, so then what is the next level of hierarchy in the SAP organizational structure? The next level of hierarchy in the organizational structure is the controlling related organizational elements. Okay, so once you get the access, if you want to see what is company code, you can just click it over here. You see something known as a IMG activity documentation. If you just click it over here, you can see the some of the information related to the each and every organizational element. What is company code? Company code is an organizational unit used in account. It is used to structure the business organization from a financial accounting perspective. Okay, so this is the finance related ones, right? It is quite difficult for you to understand financial terms. So try to concentrate on related terms only. Okay, so then what are the next organizational elements in the hierarchy? The next organizational elements in the hierarchy are controlling related organizational elements. Normally in the real-time projects, controlling consultant will be doing the controlling related organizational elements configurations. Okay, so I can select one of the first organizational element in the hierarchy of the controlling is the controlling area, then cost center, then operating concern. So these and all the alphanumeric 4-character coding. So controlling area will always be the coding is equal to the company code. So I can specify one controlling area for the company code TM10 and one controlling area for TS10, one controlling area for the TP10. Okay, then we have the cost center. Every department in an organization I will be defining as a cost center as well for the costing purpose. So production department is one cost center, and human resource management department as one cost center, and the purchasing department as one cost center I will be defining. Then operating concern. Operating concern also one of the 4-character alphanumeric coding. I can define one operating concern for the entire Tata group. So I will define OP. CO is the operating concern for the Tata group. So these organizational elements will be created by the controlling consultant in the real-time projects. Controlling consultant. Okay, so the next organizational elements that are coming into the picture are SAP MM related organizational elements. As the SAP MM consultant, I need to understand SAP MM related organizational elements thoroughly. So what are the SAP MM related organizational elements? SAP MM related organizational elements are, in this class I will just give you the little bit of understanding only. In the next class we will continue what exactly the different definition of the each and every organizational element of SAP, etc. So the first and foremost organizational element in SAP MM is plant. Then we have the storage location. Then we have the purchase organization. Then purchasing group. So these are the 4 SAP materials management related organizational element. As a MM consultant, you are responsible to create these organizational elements in the real-time projects. So what is plant? What is storage location? What is purchasing organization? What is a purchasing group? We will see these things in detail in the next class. So any doubts on today's class? Hello? Any doubts on today's class?
No, sir, no.
Okay, so we are simply getting into the SAP now. Once this organization structure definition is completed, we will be configuring these organizational elements in SAP system. Okay, so if you have any doubts till today, you please let me know so that we will be able to discuss further on the issues which you are facing. Okay, so then thanks for joining the call. Thanks. Bye bye. We can meet on Monday. Okay, I am closing the call for now. We can meet on Monday.